Right, in true bank holiday style, the weather is rubbish. Overcast. We've had a couple of sort of bright spells, but it's looking really overcast and dingy. This is part 2, so if you want to know all the proper names of the plants and information about them, you'll need to watch part 1 if you haven't already. Right, so this is part 2, like I say, is of some new plants around the wildlife pond area. So this is an area which I keep sort of pretty wild. There's a lot of frogs, newts. The pond is full of tadpoles at the minute. So I didn't want to disturb things too much. I just put a few plants around the outer rims of the pond. So yeah, no big reveal. There's not a then and now, wow, what a difference. It's just some plants gone in, so you know, expectations are not going to be too high. It's literally just a few plants gone in. To me, it makes a big difference because I see it every day. For the average viewer, you can think, is that it? But this is what we've done anyway, so let's go around and have a look at what's gone in. So I did have a big gap underneath the, I say underneath the gunnerer. The gunnerer's not really come up yet, but there was a big patch here, so I want some underplanting for that. So we've got a nice healthy looking fern there. Again, in the theory of understory, when this gunnerer comes up, we're talking 7-8 foot tall, huge leaves. But they tend to be standing quite tall, so you do get the opportunity to underplant. So we've also got an Acuba japonica gone in there as well. So very small plant at the moment, but that will fill out in time nicely and look nice speckly leaves on that. So we did have a big clump here of the red hot pokers, and due to this area not getting as much sun as it used to, they weren't really flowering. They didn't flower much last year, so they came out, and we've got a pseudopanax here, which is like a purpureum type. So the purple new flush of leaves fading down to a purpley green. This will get about 6 foot. It's not a giant type at all. It's just a nice foliage variation from the rest of the stuff in this area, and a different colour. Another fern has gone in there, so that looks better from the other side, but we're looking down at it now. Spotty dotty, which was a bit stretched, but we've put a cane in that, so that's supported. And then we've got the tree fern, very small tree fern here, triple head. Only got a couple of fronds on it at the moment, but that will fill out in the next year or two hopefully. So that's got a bit of protection from the Trachycarpus overhead, so that should be protected nicely for the winter. Right, let's come round here. So I didn't really touch this area because I have got a lot of cannas in here which are going to come up, and I did consider taking them out, but they're left in anyway. Right, so from this side we can see it's where it was just the foliage from the red hot pokes, which just looks like sort of strappy giant grass, if you like. We've got some nice variations of foliage and colours there. So this side we had a big clump which I did plant myself years ago when I first sort of done this pond area, and I put some heather in, so I thought it might be good cover for the amphibians, but it was a bit sharp. I don't think they liked it. They've got quite sensitive skin, so I never see them go around this area too much. So what I've done is pulled all that out, and then we've got another fern. I've actually got a farfugium which has not come up yet, and we've got this other plant here which I never remember the name, but if you watch the first video you'll see what it is. So yeah, just a few plants come out. and a few plants gone in. I've got everything in apart from the Schefflera Tyroniana, which I don't think that's the right area to have it here, because I mean it would be nice to have it maybe in this corner to come up, but the thing is the gunner leaves will just come over that and drown it out, probably damage it or just not grow well there. And I didn't really want it around this area just due to, you know, blocking more light to the pond, so I didn't want that either. So that's going to go somewhere else. Yeah, so that's basically it, you know. Like I say, no big reveal, but we did get a lot of so these pt2 palmatum, which are a bit of a fug. They come up everywhere, but they are nice. I really do like the foliage on these. They do get about a foot across and sort of a light limey green with the gold spots when the leaves mature, and they spread pretty quick, so they come up everywhere. So I do want this area to sort of fill out with them, and the lawn won't stop. They'll come up through grass, so I've dug some out which sort of on the edge of the border here, they were coming up out the grass, so I've dug them out. And we had a load of ornaments around the pond which sort of got forgotten about over time, and yeah, didn't even realise they were there, but as I was digging around through the plants, they're going to come out. A bit tacky if you ask me. Right, so just a few of the plants which came out. So again, a lot of these pt2, loads of them come up in places I didn't want them, so they're pulled out and potted. We did have a cord line. There's always plenty of them coming up randomly, so that's come out. Didn't even know that was there. That's sort of right next to the Trachycarpus trunk, obviously self-seeded. And we've got a bit of the red hot poker there which I've potted up, and I've got the rest of it here which will need dividing and potting as well. So I am going to do a separate video. What I'm going to do is for subscribers, I'm going to give away basically one of these plants, you know, one per subscriber. I'll do a separate video on that, details and whatever. But yeah, pt2, bit of a fug, but I like them, and someone else might like them as well, and I've got far too many. So yeah, I'll be doing a separate video on that anyway. Right, so that is basically it. Oh, sun has decided to come out. We'll leave it there. Catch you on the next one.